Hello virtual village haulers, it's Kerry from Mobilates and I'm here with you for 30 minutes of really gentle, mindful Pilates, just mobilising your body and just taking it easy. It is a windy, rainy day where I am, so I know it might be windy and rainy where you are too, so let's just leave the rain behind us. Hello Irene, and just come into our bodies and just enjoy a bit of time to move really carefully. You can do this standing, we can do this in our chair, and partway through the class we'll make our way down. Either it might be onto your bed, could be even a sofa, or down on the floor on a mat or something really comfortable. So let's start just standing really comfortably. If you're standing, see my legs have gone a bit wider so I've got good support, or you can sit back in your chair, legs a bit wider. Check that your back is well supported. And we're just going to slow our breath down a little. So we're going to breathe in for 3, hold it just for a short time, a few seconds, and then breathing out for 5. My feet are secretly doing the counting, so don't worry about that. Hello, if there's anybody else out there, especially if you're a new one, it's your first time today, lovely to have you. And if you've been here before, give me a comment. It's always nice to read them afterwards. So we're going to breathe in and out through our nose, soft bellies though. So as you breathe in, let your belly just come out. So we're going to breathe in, hold, and slowly breathe that breath out. Feel your body relaxing. Breathe in, hold, slowly breathing out. That's it. Breathe in, hold, breathe it out. One more, breathe in, hold, breathe out. And then just let your normal breath come back in and out. So hopefully you just feel a bit calmer, a bit more focused. We're going to change into our alignment position. So if you're standing, your feet are about hip width, knees are soft, and just start squishing your feet into whatever you're standing on, whether it's the mat, the floor, carpet, whatever you're standing on, and just pressing a little taller. If you're sitting, you want to be sitting on the front half of your chair. Your knees are about 2 fists apart, that takes them to about hip width. And again, lightly press through the soles of your feet, spread those toes out, even in your socks, your slippers, whatever you're in. Pull up from the center. Imagine there's a thread at the back of your head, and I've just pulled you up a little more. Feel your spine get longer. From this position, we're just going to start some pelvic tilts using your belly muscles, and I want you to imagine the bottom of your bottom just coming down. So rather than going straight into quite a big arch and tuck under, let's keep it really small. So just this very sort of bottom shelf bit of our bottom, just dipping down and coming up. That's it. So you can see tiny movements in my sweater. I've got long sleeves on today because it's a bit cool. So you're just getting the very lowest bit of your back, just lengthening, and then you go back to your natural curve. And it's the same if you're sitting. If I show you to the side, the smallest movements, just lowering the very base of your spine down. That's it. And then pull yourself up and sit a little taller, stand a little taller. Open out across here, and as you do that, feel your shoulders go back, your shoulder blades here, just coming a little bit in, hugging the spine and going down a little. Makes you feel longer here as well. Bring your chin back. It can help to actually put a finger on your chin and just push it back slightly. So as you do that, you can see my head's not going down or up, it stays looking ahead. I'm aiming for a little length at the back of my neck. And it's nice to come in and out of this one. It's a hard one to hold. It feels like a lot of effort and a lot of chins. but just coming in and out of it and just mobilizing your neck muscles and feeling a longer stretch. That's it. Now trying to keep that and take our fingers away from the chin and just a little rotation on the head, trying to keep this open and still. If it feels like there's a bit of dragging, if this is happening, you just feel it's stiff up there. You just need to take it a little bit smaller movement, and maybe like that. It's just showing, your body's showing you it's a little bit tight. You might find one side you can look a lot further and the other side you can't. So go with it. And maybe on the stiff side, give it a few extra turns just to try and loosen up. And do check you're still breathing at this point. Lots of people, as soon as they're concentrating, they sort of take a breath and hold it. So just check you're breathing in and out. And then we're going to take our head part way from the front to the shoulders. So it's just going part way. It's about a halfway point. And then you can take that finger on the chin, push that chin back a little, or lovely long length at the back of the neck. And then just take the very tip of your nose downwards. And just loosen your jaw a little. Let your mouth part. That's it. Take a breath in. Bring your head up, come back to the center, and then go to the same place on the other side. Take that finger, just lightly taking your chin back. Your finger's not really doing the work, it's just sort of guiding your chin. And then tip of your nose, just reaching a little downwards until you feel that pull is tighter on this side for me. I'm not going to go so far. And now, let your jaw open a little, your mouth part. Take a breath in. Bring your head up and back to the center. We often get very tight in these muscles at the side of our jaw, our TMJ joint. So just letting your mouth relax, letting your teeth part, rather than gritting our teeth. It feels a lot nicer. Right, let's go for some shoulder rolls. So start them really small. Let your arms just hang down nice and long. So you can feel your arms just brushing at your sides, on your thighs, maybe on your sides here. That's it. And if that feels okay, make it a little bigger. Take it a little further back, squeeze it a little. And we're trying to get all the work in the shoulders. We're not trying to get this going on, just these shoulders. Just drawing circles. That's it. You can even close your eyes if you want. Really good for your balance. Just challenges you a little bit. Lovely. Let's take a breath in and our shoulders up. And then breathe out, bring them down. Now, if you're sitting, I'd like you to slide your hands backwards and forwards. Keep your head in place. And just concentrate on that feeling on your thighs as those hands slide. And then start to take your head. If you're standing, letting your hands just flop around your body and letting your feet move. They're just coming off the floor slightly so the twist doesn't go into your knees. I always get a lot of clicks in my knees when I do this move. But there are sort of harmless type of noise. It sounds a bit weird, but it's not hurting. If you're sitting, you can float your hands around now as well. But check that your knees aren't doing that. That's it. And just let your head follow the body. Sort of ghostly almost. Those hands going out in front. And then bring it back to the center. We're going to go into heel raises. So just bringing your heel up. So your knees traveling forwards, ankles traveling forwards. And then it feels like the arms naturally want to join in. So it's like a very controlled sort of walk. So start pulling in here, keeping yourself really nice and tall. If you're sitting, just the same. pulling into the belly, sitting up really nice and tall, feeling length in the spine, feeling this openness here, the shoulders are down, arms are just swinging. That's it. And I don't mind if you've got alternate arm to leg. I think mine's swapped over. I don't know when that happened. As long as things are moving, it's good. That's it. And then we're going to start even taking a leg out to the side. So just rest your arms for a second. This is the sitting version. So I'm just sliding my foot out. Now I'm trying to keep this same L shape in my foot. There's a limit to how far my leg wants to go. You might find your limit is here. You might be going way further out. Depends on the openness of your hip. So it's just sliding along the floor. We're just working one side. If you're standing, just taking one leg out to the side, going onto my toe. And you could use something to balance on here. So something like a chair. Trying to keep as tall as you can rather than bending over to the side. And then your arm can go out to the side as well. This leg can even go in the air. If you're sitting, you can take your arm out to the side. Just like. And then we're going to swap sides. So starting to go this way. So I'm standing, just take that leg out, get that going first. You can have a bit of balance by having your elbow out this way, just helps even you up, or you could be using something to support yourself. And then bring your arm into it as well. Now my arm's naturally going to about shoulder height. Could go a little higher maybe. Might be going a bit lower, depends what works for your arm. And that weight is going through this standing leg, bit of strengthening going on there, as well as mobilising these muscles out to the side. That's it. Last one of those. And then if you're standing, bring your legs together and turn your toes out. So we're going into a plie sort of shape. Your feet are in a V. Zip your legs up and squeeze them. And then we're just going to bend our knees out. Now, if your knees are problematic, make it super small. If you can go a little further, take it lower. It's like we're sliding down a wall. And as you go down, your arms can come out. Get nice and soft. And really feel that squeezing together. That's it. If you're sitting, come forward in your chair. Turn your feet outwards. I'm just going to go back so you can see my feet. So you've got that same plie. Now we can't zip our legs up when we're sitting, but what we can do is use our glutes here. So from this position, squeeze your glutes and then release. Squeeze your glutes, press your feet into the floor and release. And keep that going. Now you can go for the arms as well. I haven't got room to put my arm down on this side. The desk is in the way. That's it. So squeeze those glutes, come up a little higher and press those feet down. It's surprising how many muscles that engages. That's it. Squeezing everything together. And then let's get our feet back to that hip width position so the feet are parallel, same if you're sitting. And then we're going to soften the legs if you're standing and take the arms forward like we're hugging a tree. Now, if you've got osteoporosis and you want to be gentle with anything you do with your spine, make this a really small curve, maybe like this. If you're comfortable and you feel your back is fine, you haven't got any spinal problems, maybe round forwards a little more, maybe even like this. And then take the arms behind you and look up slightly. So again, if you're feeling your neck is sore, you can just take your eyes up. If you're comfortable, you can look a little further up. We don't want to throw our head back. Heads are heavy. I'm going to show you in this position. Curve forwards, round. So we're hugging a tree And then open out. One more, hugging that tree. And one more, opening. Oh, that feels good. And then we're going to go for a little roll down, I think. So for a roll down, if you've got stiffness in your lower back, and you don't like a lot of bending over, spines, necks, things like that, this is a nice safe way to do it. So my legs are wider, and it's the same as your sitting. Nice wide legs, feet are pointing outwards. Send your bottom back, straight back, super straight back. Now it's all about the bottom. Tuck it under and let that ripple, that curve, come up to your head and neck. And that's a full curve position. Then press into your feet. Use your hands if you want to take you up. So again goes back. You're going to sit down with something behind you. Tuck your bottom under. Let that ribs spread out. It's so nice, this movement. Just much less load on the spine. So it makes it safer for spinal issues. Same as sitting, nice wide legs. I'm going to hinge forward, straight back. See my hands are just rest on my legs. And then tuck under and let that ripple spread up. Press on itself. So nice, vertical spine. Head. Tuck under. Take yourself down to bed. Pull the back so you just sheet the sheet. Or take yourself down to the mat. I shall sit you down. Just move everything downwards. Good tight little drink. And if you want to under your head, that's a nice idea. To be comfortable. A great idea. Being super comfortable. You can see I'm on the bug. I've got a really thick Pilates mat and a yoga mat on top. So I definitely like to go nice and comfy. So I'm going to have a little pillow for my head. So lower yourself down. And you need some room behind you and some room in front of your feet. So you can move arms that way, legs that way. And then put your arms out to the side, palms are upwards, it just opens you out here. And let your knees have a little sway. That's it. And if you're not sure about your feet and whether everything's in the right position, take your legs together and your feet together. Take your heels out to the side and your toes forwards. That usually means that everything's pretty much in line. And then we'll just have a little pelvic tilt whilst we're here. So just like we did when we started the class, just letting the bottom of our bottom just drop down. And you'll feel your lower spine goes down into your mat or your bed. And then just relax and just let it pop up behind you. You can rest your hands here or you can have your hands out. So just drop the very base of your spine downwards. And you'll feel your spine flatten against the mat. That's it. And then just relax, have a little wriggle. One more, drop the base of your spine down. Right at the sort of tail of your spine. And then just let it come up. It's a small move, but it makes such a difference. Just going to check there, looked like there was a little comment there. There, Jewel, I'll turn the sound down. I've turned the music down so maybe you can hear me a little better. Right, from this position then, take your arms down by your sides. And we're just going to take a breath in and take our arms up to the ceiling. And then a little further back. And then as you breathe out, bring them down. And as you do this, a gentle contraction, gentle squeeze on your belly muscles because you're trying to keep this area under control whilst your arms are just going forwards and back. That's it. And your shoulders are resting on the mat. So you can feel that it's almost rocking as they go back and forth. And I'm just going to take arms down and let's bring a leg up. So legs going up to what we call tabletop, just at a right angle, just holding it there, keeping everything nicely controlled here with this gentle squeeze. Arms going up. You can take them forwards and back with that leg there. Now that might be enough. You have to work a little bit harder. But you can also take that leg forwards and back as you do that. You see the thighs are just going in line with each other. And this just makes your belly work a little bit harder, those belly muscles. So if that's too much, bring your leg here. Just leave it like that. And just holding it there is also working those muscles. Let's take the arms down and the legs down. Just have a little sway, ease that off. And let's take the other leg up. Arms up. First, just taking those arms back as far as they want to go. So it might be you're reaching further back or even touching the floor. I'm not touching the floor today. Just kind of keep a nice rhythm to your arms. And if that feels like your belly and your back are controlled, you can take your foot away. That's it. So that leg's extending and reaching away. Thighs are in line as it extends. There, perfect. That's it. Couple more. And then take the arms down, take the legs down. Just have a little sway. That's it. And then bring the legs together and take the arms out. So your legs are squeezed together, your feet are squeezed together. And we're going to keep all this upper body from here, exactly there. It's just going to stay there. And just let the knees sway over. So I'm trying to keep this on the floor, this upper bit here. So you can see if I work right over here, I start losing control. Oh, so I'm just keeping my shoulders on the floor, just my lower bit of body. Take a breath in. And use your belly muscles to pull yourself back to the mat. Keep those legs together, squeeze them tight and roll them the other way. You can see the feet roll as if they're one foot. They're stuck together. So you're right on the sides of your foot. Breath in and roll yourself back. This time we're going to roll over again. Now you can just keep it like this. This might be enough. Or you can just take this leg up a little. That's definitely stronger. And slide it back. Breath in. Pull yourself back to the mat. That's it. Over we go again. And remember, you can just keep it here with these legs squeezed together. Or you can just slide this leg up a little bit. Slide it down. Bring it down. Lovely. Right, we're going to do some work on the hips and mobilizing into the hips. So just part the legs slightly. And we're going to bend one knee into our chest. Now, I'm going to give you different instructions for different sorts of hips. If you know your hips are quite stiff, let your leg flop. And you can just put your hands behind your knee. And we're just going to stir our leg round. If you know that your hips dislocate, they're just not very well held, or it feels too loose, make your leg so it's up in the air and it's active, and stir it round with your hands. So you tend to know if you've had a dislocated hip or if you've got hypermobility in the hip. But if you've just got a hip that you think it's okay or it's stiff, just let this leg flop. You're just stirring it round and then stir it the other way. That's it. So your hands can be here, could be on top of your knee, but they're just doing the stirring. This leg is flopping. Lovely. And then take that one down. Other side, same thing. So if you've got stiffness, just let this top bit of your leg, your calf, just flop. Hands are here or here, and just stirring around, making circles. If you've had hip dislocations and you've got hypermobility in the hip, make the leg active so the calf stays up and you're in this L shape. It's hard to know because I can't see you through the screen, but so many different things go on with hips. So I haven't got dislocations in my hip. I'm going to let my leg flop. Take it the other way. That's it. And then take that leg down. And then legs are slightly apart, arms out in that T. Just let them sway a little side to side. Just to ease that off. And then this is the supporting leg. This is going to stay still. This leg, I'm going to extend it. So you've got choices here. You can either have a long leg for what we're going to do, or a bent leg if it feels hard work to straighten it. My arms are just going to go out to the side, so I feel like I've got some good support. So I'm going to semi-bend my leg, and I'm going to start to make outward circles with it. Now, I do always get a clunky click sound. It sort of sounds much worse than it actually is. And it's just a bit of tendon that just flicks across a bone. That's what it often is, that sound. As long as it's not hurting you, it's okay. So you might have your leg like this. You might have your leg like this. If your leg feels extra heavy, it's probably easiest if it's bent. If you feel that you want a good stretch, that long leg, and then take it the other way. We're trying to keep this leg totally still. The only thing that's moving is this leg. It's drawing these big circles in the air. Oh, it's a strong move, isn't it? Last one. Bring that leg down. Just have a little wriggle and a settle. Same on this side. So think what you want. Do you want to try it with the bent leg first? Draw some little outward circles. It's as if your knee is drawing the circles. If it feels like you're okay stretching it, might be stretched like this, might be fully stretched. Outward circles first. Press this foot into the floor. And if it feels very wobbly, walk this foot outwards a little. That helps just to stabilize you a bit. Take it the other direction. And you can take them really slow. Remember, it could look like this. That would be a smaller circle. That's it. And let's take our legs down. Then take your legs really, really wide. So I'm at least as wide as my mat. I need a bit of a leggings adjustment. I feel like they're falling down. Arms are in this T shape. We're going to dip our knees. So this knee is coming downwards. This knee is coming down here. And then use this back foot here to push a little harder if you want to. It can also push you in and out of it. That can feel nice. Take a breath in. And we're going to use our belly muscles to pull ourselves back to the center and then over the other side. And then you can see how this foot here, just pressing down. It's just stretching out here, stretching my hip flexors, the muscles that move our leg up and down. Oh, feels like a nice stretch. And then take a breath in. Pulling from your center down to the mat. That's it. Walk your feet together. And we're going to roll onto our side. And we're going to go into a cat-cow movement. Now, I'm going to show you two ways of doing this. If your knees are happy, you can go onto all fours and you can do it in this position. If your knees are not happy doing this, or your wrists are really unhappy with this one, you can move your wrists forwards a little. That can help. But I know that wrists get very sore and it may be too much. Instead, you could take yourself to something like a chair or a table, something that doesn't move. Take your legs out and you can see you're almost in the same position. And then you can start tucking your bottom under, letting it ripple up, and then taking your bottom out and letting it ripple the other way. So that's the standing version. And then on the mat, it looks like this. So that's our scaredy cat, really puffing up between our shoulder blades and our higher back here. And then leading the way with our bottom, sticking that up and back, getting that arch. That's it, letting this area just come down. Taking our chest up, head goes up last. And just letting that lovely ripple spread through our spine. And remember, you're in control. So if something's a bit sore at one point, ease it off. Don't go so high. Don't go so low, whichever position it is. Last one. And then take yourself to sitting in your chair on the floor. We'll take our arms out to the sides. Take a breath in. Bring your arms wherever they want to go. Up high, up in front. Hands together. And as you breathe out, bring your hands into your chest. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry some of you have problems with sound today. It is such a windy day. But hopefully you're feeling a bit relaxed and calm and ready for the rest of your day. See you again next week. Bye.